there waiting the arrival of President Bush the 41st. Alicia, it's you.
Hi, Shepard. Yes, this is a family that has lived by a code of public service, and for decades they have belonged to the citizens of this country and the citizens of the world. And at the passing of George H.W. Bush, the entire world has participated in celebrating his life and mourning his loss. Except here in College Station on the campus of Texas A&M, this will be a private moment. So as public as the goodbye has been, this will be theirs alone and quiet. And I can give you a little bit of a preview of what we're going to see. The Texas A&M Corps of Cadets will form a cordon on Barbara Bush Drive here. That's to the left of me, which is difficult to see, but we'll see a little bit later. And the entire line of cars will form behind me quietly, and will be asked to be quiet at that point, I should warn you. And as they come behind, they will come in front of the George Bush Library and Museum, and they will head behind. You can see that area where those trees are. The entire line will head back into there, and that's where we'll be able to see some parts of the final ceremonies of the goodbye here at the museum here at Texas A&M. And then the family will then go behind an area. They will walk over a bridge where the gravesite is of Barbara Bush and their daughter Robin, and that's where the final ceremonies will take place, and they will say their goodbye. Shepard.
And you got a little look at that yesterday, it's our understanding, with permission.
I did, with permission. It's very quiet, and you can see some of the pictures that I took when I was back there. It's quite beautiful and very serene, and it was something that Barbara Bush and George Bush designed themselves. They did spend a lot of time here on the campus of Texas A&M. They had an apartment here in their school that they have, the graduate school, and you can see that lake that's there. It's a small pond, and you can walk around it. It's absolutely beautiful. The picture does not do it justice. But the area there's a walkway where the cars will stop and everyone will get out, and then the bridge will go to the oak and cottonwood lined area to the gravesite, which is closed but is actually open to the public when the museum is open. It closed, of course, it is passing, but it is worth a walk back there because it is beautiful, and you can just really feel the power and the love that this couple has. Chuck.
Alicia, thanks so much. We'll be back to Alicia once the train gets there, and for that arrival, of course. Les Shorba is with us now, Special Assistant for the Presidential Personnel to Mr. Bush, and has been at the events over the past few days. We were talking a little while ago about how this president, even in death, leads by example.
No question. I mean, the last few days have been a great time to reflect. Personally, for me and for all those that had the privilege to serve, and just so honored to not only serve our country, but this president, who I think historians are beginning to realize that he had a great presidency, but also to reflect on the timing. The timing is interesting. You know, the president often said, the Lord works in mysterious ways, and so I've been thinking about the timing of all this, and at a time when our country has so much incivility and rancor and division, maybe this was exactly the right time, and the Lord is magnifying the example of George Herbert Walker Bush precisely at a time when we need it at the most.
It has given us a break from the day-to-day, and something to which we can look and aspire.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he would have he loves this. I mean, this is who he is. He's not a divider, he's a uniter, and that was the mantra of his personality and his DNA, and I think we're seeing that in the last few days. It's very gratifying